Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Firdaus, that's me, and my metric number is 01ADT23F1080, and this is DFP 30243 Object Oriented Programming. So this is the case study 2 that I will be explaining to you. Alright, so let's get into it. So what is this project? This project is to make a simplified system to manage shape in graphical application. So what we want to do here is we want to calculate the area of the shape. So let's say we have to calculate the area of a circle, then we will enter the radius, and then we explain the code to show the area. Let's get into it. So we have our few classes that we are going to use. First of all, we have the shape class, as you can see here, and then we have rectangle class, circle class, and finally main class where we will store our PSBM. Right? So how does this code work? This code work by having an abstract class and two subclass to connect to each other. So this is called inheritance. So the abstract class is the parent class. The class rectangle circle I have explained is the child class. And to implement the inheritance, we have to use rectangle, the class name, extend shape, which is the parent class name. So let's say that in the abstract class we have an abstract method. So what we have to do is we have to implement those methods in the subclass, the child class. If we do not implement the method, then the subclass will throw an error. So let's get into how the code flow. The code flow is basically how the program, the compiler will go to each step and how it execute the code. Let's see. So we will start with a PSBM because PSBM is the main method of the program. So in the PSBM, we will create an object for the non-abstract class because object cannot be created in an abstract class. So here we have main object 3. I have shortened object to obj3 equal new main, and then we have circle obj1 equal new circle 5, rectangle obj2 equal new rectangle 2 3. So what does the number mean? This number mean that in the constructor that we have made in other class that we are creating the object for, the constructor will accept a parameter. So here we have a number 5 for a circle and 2 and 3 for a rectangle. We will get into it later. So why do we create an object? So the method in the class which the object is created can be accessed. So if the method is in another class and then we create an object for that class, then we can use that method in the class that we have the PSBM on. And number 2 is to call the constructor on the class which the object is created. So when we create an object, it automatically call the constructor. So the constructor can be executed. So see the code flow again. So right here we see the constructor is called and the data is passed to class variable. You see that here is the constructor for both classes, and the constructor for rectangle will accept double width and double length, meanwhile circle will accept double radius. So this dot width and equal width and this dot length equal length will pass the data, like let's say we have pass 2 and 3, and then it will store the data in this local variable to the classes variable here, and also same as this. No? Let's move on. So how the code flow again? After we have created the object and after the object being created, we will call method to display info that is in the circle class. So let's get back to the circle class. So in the circle class, as we can see here at the bottom, this method is called. So this method void display info, void because we don't want to return a value. Display info is the name, and it will print I am a circle to the terminal. And then let's go back to the PFDM, and this will call two method and display it. So let's see this line properly. Let's see. So here object3.print area info is the method that is in the PSVM class. I will show you later. And object1.calculate area is in the circle class. And object1 obj1.radius and 0 is in the circle class. Because circle class only need radius to calculate, but because we are using abstract method, so we have to make do with two parameters. So how the code flow again? So if you can see this method will return the area of the circle and pass it into the print area info. So let's see here what this method does. So public double calculate area. Public is because we are using the abstract method. Then double the data types, calculate area, the name, and here is the parameter double A and double B. Double A is the value that we have passed, which is 5, and B is 0. Now the A is radius and B is 0. And here it will return pi, which is in the abstract class. I have declared pi in the abstract class times A to the power of 2. As you know, to the power of 2 is basically A times A. So it will return this. Then we will go back in the main class. So this is the method that I have tell you, which is print area info, and it will accept double area. And so this method will accept data sent from calculate area and display along with some flavor text. So let's see, let's say the method here, the circle method calculate area return 5, and then the print area info will receive 5 as its parameter, and then it will print the data with flavor text. The flavor text is the area for the shape is plus area. So if we put area as 5, then the area for the shape is 5. Now let's move on to the this one. Object2 dot display info is basically same as the first one, and we will call two method and display here is also the same as object1 that I will explain it. So this method is called display info, and we will output I am a rectangle, and here this method will return the area of the rectangle and pass it into the print area info. And this method will set the data sent from calculate area and display along with some flavor text. Same. And here is the last one, which is quite important because we want to display all display info method. Because if we remember in the code I have shown you earlier, the abstract class have one more method, which is display info, and the display info have some output you want to output. So here I will call the method, but how do we call the method if we cannot create an object in abstract method? We will use method overloading. In method overloading, if the class, the subclass of the abstract class doesn't have the same name of method, then or same parameter, it will override even override that method and use the method in the abstract class. So let's see here, and the code is this. Let's view the code again. This is the code for rectangle. This is the code for shape, which is the abstract class. And here is the thing that I want to show you. And this is the circle method, and this is the main method. So now let's run the method. Now let's run the program. So the program has been successfully run. So here we can see that I am a circle appears because of this method that we have run. And the area for this shape is 78.55. How do we get this? Well, I have mentioned earlier that we have declared pi here as a constant, 3.142. Then it will times radius to the power of 2, radius squared, like right here. And then we will put this. Now, after that is done, I will go to this. And you will go to this, we'll go to the rectangle class and display this, and call this method and display this. Let's go back to the main class. Right here, this code will execute. We'll call this method public double calculate area. You will set A and B as a parameter, and you will times A and B and return that value. And that value will be sent to this method, which we add some flavor text to it, and then output the value, the area. Now the last one is here is this bj1.display info, and then we put now as is data. So we will output I am a shape here. I am a shape is in this function, is in this method. And that is all for this video. And now that we have shown the area of the shape and the 3D display info, and that is all from me. Thank you.